Guitar 3. Here is your video for M and N. It's the same 8 measures both times. N is literally the same thing as M, so you're learning 8 measures to cover what is like a page worth of my score. So you got it pretty easy. Now, this particular part, Guitar 1 in M is playing what I'm calling the Joy of the Flying Dragon, or like the Melody of the Flight. So we played the Melody of the Dragon like super early on. This is like the Melody of the Flight. And ironically, or well, not ironically, the composer totally did this on purpose. Our part here is very similar to letter E. I think it was like E and F, and then also kind of like a hybrid with I, J, and K that we just did. So you shouldn't have too hard of a time kind of combining the ideas here. It's not too bad. But I'm going to give you the finger numbers and all the details anyways, because I'm cool like that. So first thing we need to take note of, though, is at the very beginning of M, we have a Mezzo Forte, meaning we're not the loudest thing. Guitar 1's going to be the melody there, but they'll soar over top of us anyways. No pun intended with the flight thing. Now, we have an LV at M, which means let vibrate. So, whatever you do, don't play separated notes like this. Don't be stabby. Just let everything ring. Just like, very, very, very similar to letter E for us, right? But first, I'm just going to say all the finger numbers. I'll go through and kind of name off a couple of chord shapes after the fact, but just finger numbers first. I'll go kind of slow, but if you need to pause it and catch up a little bit, feel free to do that. So this is starting at M, 2, ready, and 2, open, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, open, 1, open, 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 1, 4, 2, 3, open, 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 2, open, 1, 2, 2, 3, open, 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 and then it'd be 2 and then repeats and repeats. So those are your finger numbers. Now I'm going to go through and say some chord shapes as they pop up. More of them happen in like the second half of it, but I'll name off the chord shapes as we go. So beginning at M again, ready, here we go. This is like E minor, stays on E minor for a second. Then we have A here, starting a D chord, going to a C chord, sorry, so there's 109. 110. That's kind of a crunchy chord, like a G major 7 thing there. A minor here, almost D there, E minor there, and then it'll keep doing an E minor but with the second finger on the D string there, starting N again. So we only have one note on the D string that whole time. Everything else I'm playing, like my right hand pattern is P, M, I, P, M, I, P, M, I, P, M, I, P. Probably something similar to what you were doing in letter E, right? So same rhythm, same context there, but with some different kinds of chords and shapes. Now, the important thing with some of these is the fingerings are going to allow you to play it with the right hand pattern staying the same, and to let all 3 notes of each chord ring. So even if the chord doesn't necessarily have a name to it, if it's open, or even say this weird one that's in measure 110, if I just did E, C, open, then I'm not letting that chord ring, right? That's supposed to be kind of crunchy. Love that chord. These ones are also pretty. Yeah, make sure that you're following the fingering so that way everything can ring for as long as it possibly can. I think the only one I'm cutting off is in measure 112, where you have 2 2s in a row. You'll have like 2, open, 1, 2, 2, 3, open. You could refinger that, like find some other way, like 3, 4, open then. You could do that, but I really don't think it's that big of a difference, and I like keeping the shapes and fingerings the same for consistency, so that's my reason for that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play through M without talking, so that way you can truly follow along and use your ears and listen. I'm going to play through M once at an under tempo and then once closer to performance tempo. So here we go. Ready, and ready, go. Now, M at a closer to performance tempo. About 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, and. Right? Not too bad, not too bad. So you'll be able to pick up this pretty quickly, but always if you have any questions, just let me know.